Hello, Will Perry. Welcome to Keeping the Conversation Alive. And today, breaking boundaries, the science of our planet. So I want to share this one with you because I think it's an important one. So when David Attenborough gets involved, it's not a fringe issue. Right. I mean, I've grown up with this guy. I'm sure many of you have. All his programs, Life on Earth, all the documentaries. An amazing man. So when he does a documentary, a program about a specific issue, a specific problem in the world, or with a species or anything, it's not a flippant thing. It's a real issue. So. This one is this is a Netflix program that came out in May this year, 2021. And if you haven't seen it, I'm here to encourage you to watch it. I'll put the link in our free group so it's there, easy to find, but it's Netflix. So it's all about the system that determines the state of our planet. So, okay, fair enough. However, it's completely new to kind of just the ecosystems and everything. It's about how man is damaging and destroying the world, and what we can do about it, and what the state of it is, and how it's all based on one particular scientist who's brought together. It's like, just how can we actually measure this? What are the measures we can put on? And it's a kind of high level thing, and they've broken it down in the program, as you'll see, into really easily digestible, really well illustrated parameters. And they've come up with 9 different measures. So I'm going to do fingers. I have to think about that. 9 different measures as to the systems that determine the state of our planet, and it's in quite a poor state. As you might know, if you've watched Cowspiracy, Seaspiracy, tons of documentaries, we're heading to destruction on a massive scale, a worldwide scale, massively quickly. So within our generation, which is scary. So, when David Attenborough gets involved and does a program about it, it's not a fringe issue. It's not a woo-woo, a tree-huggy thing, a kind of, I don't believe it. It's like, global warming, not really. It's a real big issue. So it's great to see him involved in this. I thought it was a great program, and I'm encouraging you to watch it. So the world is absolutely at risk, as the program demonstrates really clearly. As I say, it's quite high level. There's tons of more issue in each of the different areas that you can get, and I think Seaspiracy, Cowspiracy cover so many more issues, particularly the corruption and the problems about change that we face. The problems tackling these issues. They cover it in far more detail, but the point of the program is to pull together and say, look, what are the factors that really create the make or break of the planet? And it's done really well. So the world is at risk, as the program depicts. So what role are you playing within that? Because we are all playing a role within that. But whether we choose to, or whether we're aware of it and what we choose to do with that, we're already playing a role in that, particularly here in the kind of the Western culture where I sit. Very much we are all playing a part in that, whether we are conscious of that or not. So it's your choice entirely. I'm not trying to say everybody should be vegan. I'm not trying to push my views onto anybody else. God, that'd be boring. But the program is there. It's to raise awareness. It's to raise awareness of a very real issue. And I think it's up to you to go, well, do I accept my responsibility for that situation? And do I realise how responsible I am within that situation to respond to it and take responsibility for it? So that's an invitation, Are you doing it? You are making a difference already. You're involved in that. Are you doing it from an informed point of view, or a choice point of view, or a habit? Is it just a habit? And I hear that a lot when people say, "Oh, I could never do that. I could never." I could never be vegan. I could never stop eating meat. I could never stop, alcohol. And it's not about alcohol, but for example, when people say, "Oh, I could never do that. I could never do that exercise. I could never do that." Could you? Not really. So is it somebody else's responsibility? Because you can't. Anyway, there's a deeper issue with all of these things as it is, and of course, I'm saying about it because it speaks to me as the biggest issue that we have, because we're as I've coined the phrase, generation trapped, and we get stuck on all the other superficial issues, which are certainly not superficial. There's nothing superficial about depression, except there is, in as much that there's a deeper issue that forms that creates that, and that's what I bang in the drum about. You know, our anxiety, our being stuck with not feeling worthy, that all is around self-esteem. So when people say, oh, I could never do that, I could never do that, you know, we're not asking you to ditch the leather. Some people will say that, some vegans will say that. I wear leather, you know. I take in the choice, and it's my personal choice, just to wear the stuff out and enjoy it whilst it's there. It's there already. And cars with leather, but you know, look forward to having faux leather in a car, in an electric car, for example, you know, but I'm not there yet. So there are certain restrictions and realities and everything. So we're all working within that, but are we doing it from an informed point of view, or just out of habit? And you can adjust. You can adjust. So my invitation to you is to explore the issue. Watch the program. You know, explore the other issues too. And again, on our group, we've got the links to tons of other programs, because you know, as I've gone on this journey and found out tons of resources, I wanted to link them. So link them in the group, so it makes it easier, kind of a library of links, so it makes it easier for you to find it. If you're just coming across this, if you're thinking, oh, I've seen that, but I haven't seen that one, actually, cool, I haven't seen that one. So you know, this is a really high level program, raises the awareness of a very real issue. So please dive into it if you haven't dived into it. Give me your thoughts onto it, give me your feedback on it, share it. And it's of no benefit to me other than me being involved in sharing this issue, raising the awareness, creating choice. So thank you for that. Thank you for the part you play in that. And if you're just looking at it first time, dive into the other issues as well, because you'll see how big the issue really is. So ask me questions. That's another invitation. You know, don't just sit there and digest it. Ask me questions. Get involved in the conversation. Okay, many thanks. Oh, yes, and I should put this one. Take the test if you haven't, because that says whether we are generation trapped or not. That tells you whether you have this issue or not, with this stuckness with the wrong issues, really, and whether, you know, there's something deeper that you need to or could uncover and benefit from uncovering. So the link rather for the test is around the video here. Please you know, share this, subscribe, like it, comment on it, get involved in the conversation, keep the conversation alive. All right, many thanks, speak to you soon. All right, loves you, boy. Bye bye.